Okay, so the AI revolution isn't coming, it's already here, and it's changing everything way faster than any of us can really keep up with. But the big question is, who's actually in the driver's seat? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the 10 companies that are, right now, building our AI future.
You know, that quote just nails it, doesn't it? This isn't some far-off science fiction anymore. AI is literally the new engine powering the global economy as we speak.
It sounds like such a simple question, right? But the answer is surprisingly complex. Who are the architects behind these tools that are already changing how we work, how we talk to each other, how we even think? So to get our heads around all this, we've got to break it down. The whole AI landscape really fits into three key groups. You've got the established titans of tech, then the crucial models and infrastructure builders, and finally, the scrappy, disruptive newcomers. Let's start at the very top.
All right, first up, the giants. We're talking about the household names you already know, and their game plan is all about one word: integration. See, they aren't just building AI on the side. They are weaving it directly into the fabric of the massive platforms that billions of us use every single day. And what's really interesting is that each of these titans has kind of carved out its own kingdom. Microsoft is going after the entire business world. Alphabet, well, they own search and data. Meta has a lock on social platforms, and Amazon is the literal backbone for both commerce and the cloud. Let's take them one by one.
Microsoft has made this incredible play to put itself right at the heart of the AI universe. I mean, that multi-billion-dollar bet on OpenAI was a total game changer. And they've moved at lightning speed to plug AI into everything from Bing Search to the Word doc you were just using. And the key part? Their Azure cloud lets thousands of other companies build their own AI. Now, Google, they've been playing this game for a long time. We're talking more than a decade. They literally pioneered the research that made all of today's AI possible. And with their powerhouse DeepMind division and access to the world's biggest treasure trove of data, from search, YouTube, Android, they have this massive built-in advantage.
Meta is playing a really interesting two-part game here. Part one, use AI to make its social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, even stickier, and to fine-tune its incredibly powerful ad machine. Part two, and you really got to pay attention to this, is that they've become a huge champion for open source, releasing powerful models that anyone can use. It's a direct challenge to the closed-off approach of their rivals.
And finally, Amazon. Think of them as playing both sides of the field. On one hand, AI runs their mind-bogglingly complex shopping and delivery network, from robots in warehouses to your Alexa, but at the same time, their cloud division, AWS, is providing the raw computing power for countless other companies to build their own AI dreams on. Okay, let's move on to our next group, the builders. These are the companies making the absolute fundamental technology, the brains and the brawn that the titans and pretty much everyone else have to rely on. I'm serious, without these guys, the entire AI revolution would just grind to a halt. Now, this group really breaks down into two distinct roles. On one side, you have the model makers. These are the folks actually designing the AI brains. And on the other, you've got the infrastructure providers who build the hardware and the platforms, the brawn, that make those brains actually work. All right, let's start with the brains. Right now, there is a head-to-head race going on between two companies, OpenAI and Anthropic. And both of them are laser-focused on one thing and one thing only: building the most powerful AI models on the entire planet. So you've got OpenAI, who, let's be real, basically kicked off this whole generative AI explosion with ChatGPT. Then you have Anthropic. It was actually founded by former OpenAI researchers, and they're taking a very different approach, focusing intensely on AI's safety and building super reliable models that big businesses can actually trust with their most important work. Okay, so if those are the brains of the operation, who's providing the muscle? That brings us over to the infrastructure side, where two players are absolutely critical: NVIDIA and Hugging Face. You've heard the saying, right? In a gold rush, don't dig for gold, sell shovels. Well, in the AI gold rush, NVIDIA is selling the digital shovels. They make the specialized computer chips, the GPUs, that are absolutely essential for training AI. Every single one of these advanced models is built using thousands of their chips, running nonstop for months. And if you want proof of their importance, just look at the stock market. NVIDIA's value has absolutely skyrocketed for one simple reason: every single company that is serious about AI needs their hardware. Their dominance is almost total, and it gives them incredible power over the whole industry. And then you have Hugging Face, which is a totally different but just as crucial piece of the puzzle. If NVIDIA makes the hardware,
Hugging Face provides the community workshop. Think of it like a giant public library for AI. It's the place where developers from all over the world go to share and build on open source models, and it is dramatically speeding up innovation for everybody.
All right, that brings us to our final group, and honestly, maybe the most exciting one, the disruptors. These are the newer, faster, more agile companies that are popping up to challenge the big guys. They are the innovators pushing this industry in wild new directions. You want to see a perfect example? Look at Mistral AI, coming out of Europe. They are making a huge splash by creating models that are not only powerful, but also incredibly efficient to run. This more bang for your buck strategy is winning them some major customers and a ton of funding. And then you've got the real pioneers, companies like Thinking Machines Lab. They're focused on the next frontier. See, they're not just trying to build a better chatbot, they're trying to build truly autonomous AI agents, systems that can reason, plan, and act on their own to get things done. It's super high risk, but the potential payoff is huge. So, okay, we've met the titans, the builders, and the newcomers. We've seen how they're all competing, but also how they all kind of depend on each other. So let's zoom out and try to figure out what this all actually means. So what's the big takeaway here? First, this isn't a monopoly. It's a super dynamic ecosystem with giants and innovators all in the same sandbox. Second, none of this works without the builders. The chips and cloud platforms are the bedrock of this whole thing. Third, the open source movement is like pouring gasoline on the fire of innovation for everyone. And finally, and this is key, this race is nowhere near over. But make no mistake, even though there are a lot of players, an immense amount of power is concentrated within just these 10 companies. And the decisions they make, the things they build, it's not just changing the tech world. It is fundamentally reshaping the entire global economy. And that leaves all of us with one last massive question. We now know who is building the technology, but as that technology reshapes our world at a speed we've never seen before, who gets to write the rules? That is the question that's going to define everything that comes next.